So this is one of the three traits that makes a man extremely addictive. Okay. And like I always say, looks matter, but this is actually one of those they call it pre-selection. This is one of those qualities that actually can supersede your looks. Okay. There's a lot of studies out there. So all the average to ugly guys, there's hope for you. Let's watch what she has to say. And then when she's done, we're gonna go to the blackboard and I'm gonna teach you guys all three of them in more detail. Let's see what she has to say right here, okay?
The reason girls go for players is because of something called perceived demand. Basically, if a guy is
Or pre-selection.
treating a girl like an option, then her perception of him changes because she starts to think that this guy must be so in demand and that's why he's treating her this way. So she starts to make excuses for his behavior because there's nothing more satisfying than being the one woman who finally got this player to commit. But the reality is you can't change people, you can only change yourself. And when you know your worth, you won't have to. Tap the plus.
And that's the first quality, okay? And this is something, honestly, any guy can do this. It just takes courage. I'm going to be honest with you, okay? I'm actually going to create a course on how to build social circles because, like I said, if you guys don't know, I actually do this. Like, I have parties at my place. Like today, we're going to have a drawing event, and this is how you create options. But let's go to the green board, and I'm going to teach you guys specifically how to do it, and I'm going to give you guys the other two traits that makes you very addictive to women. Let's begin with the video.
Now look, these traits, if you're somebody that's not stereotypically attractive, the traits that we're going to be talking about today actually helps you become more attractive, all right? And I'm going to explain to you why. So even though these are internal traits, over time, if you develop these traits, they will start to manifest themselves phenotypically in the way that you look, right? Because, obviously not everyone is a 10, okay? But usually your looks degrade, not just because of aging, but a lot of the times because of your mentality. A lot of the aging process that is premature comes because of our mindset. So these traits are things that if somebody sees these traits in you, they will become attracted to you. To what degree, I don't know. But what I do know is this, is that they will have respect for you. We can't have everything in life. But the precursor to getting anything in life worthwhile is respect. I could date a woman and she might find me attractive. But if she doesn't respect me, she's not going to find me, we're not going to be together for too long. She's going to eventually cheat on me, leave me, or whatever. But lack of respect causes every positive trait that you have to be called null and void, right? So even for people who are not attractive, watch this, because this is the beginning of stepping out of your not ugly era, right? Your unattractive era to your more attractive era, okay? And I've seen this with women, with men. It doesn't matter because a lot of the times, some people are unlucky and they have had bad luck with the opposite sex. And what happens is that it creates a bigger spiral where the more negative experiences you have, the more it starts reflecting your face, right? Your nonverbal cues begins to predict rejection, right? And so it's kind of like if somebody rejects you and you're dating someone and they reject you, then you're gonna start to expect that again. And you're gonna start to manifest it because you start to literally expect it. It's almost like if you keep getting hit when someone goes like this, somebody goes like that and you go like that, right? It's almost like that you start to like anticipate. And one of the things about emotions and our expectations is that they become a reality, right? So let's begin that. And if you guys want to work with me one-on-one, go to mindfulattraction.org and there you'll be able to book a one-on-one phone call with me today. All right, so the first one is that you have options. It goes down to the fundamental fact about human nature is that we as humans, we like who other people like. It's that simple, right? Having other options is leverage in life. Knowing that I am not the only person in your life that makes you happy, knowing that you have other job opportunities, knowing that other people want you, knowing that you have other friends can literally turn a dislikable personality into a likable personality. But understand is that this only works at a distance, okay? This only works to increase their respect. Because if you're dating someone and they know that you have no options, and what I mean options, I mean it's not just options to date, but in terms of happiness, right? In terms of happiness, when people know that not only do you have other options in dating, but most importantly, this is actually the most important part, that you have other sources of self-esteem, or better yet, that you are your own ecosystem of positive emotions. People gravitate to that. Because it's all in your energy, right? People will observe and notice that there's a calmness to you that radiates out of you. And that calmness causes people to be more drawn to you. I've seen that many times, right? It's called the law of state transference, where if you feel calm, at ease with yourself, people will unconsciously feel at ease with you because of just the little things that you're going to be doing, because you can't really fake this, right? But also, options also means that it's just a visual thing, right? It's not just an energy shift, right? Where you literally don't derive happiness from them, but also you literally have options, right? You for example, if people know that you have other options to go to a party, your attendance will be more attractive because they know that you had options and you chose them. It's why? Because humans are the weakness of most humans are this: their vanity. They love knowing that you chose them over other people. That's why it's very important to announce your options, to let them see your options, so that when you choose them, it hits harder. There's a stronger hit of validation. And I'll be honest with you, the people who react to this most is women, right? When a woman sees that other women want me, women are competitive. And it doesn't even, like, other women don't even need to be doing anything to me. They only need to be smiling at me. When other women see other women smiling at you, they literally start to become a little bit more attracted to you, right? Because women are more social creatures. So if they see other people wanting you, they're gonna want you, right? But with guys, it's a little different. Guys, we're not as influenced by what other guys find attractive, right? Unless it's BBL. It seems like rappers love that shit. I don't fucking get it. So how do you create those options? Be social. It's not about having everyone find you attractive. It's really about being a social person, right? Even if you're shy, finding a way to be around people, joining book clubs, art clubs, writing clubs, meditation clubs. Like me, I make my own clubs, right? I make my own art club, I make my own meditation club. In fact, I'm gonna create a course on how to do that because I think it'll help a lot. So that's one thing, having options. The next thing is that you are self-aware. Self-awareness, honestly, is one of the biggest, lack of self-awareness is one of the biggest turnoffs, because that's where every negative trait that you have will arise. It's what happens when you get older. A lot of people lose self-awareness because they're in denial, right? They're getting older and they're resisting it, right? And so you have that old guy that wants to be young, but he can't tell how he's coming across, but other people could tell, right? So that self-awareness saves you from bitterness. Bitterness is, as you get older, it's not about attracting, but about preventing from pushing people away, right? And that bitterness comes from your lack of self-awareness. You're getting older, and you're resisting it, and that creates, and that reaction to that resistance to the natural aging process has a very negative, almost like a very negative domino effect. What do I mean by that? Well, because people can see right through you. People can see that you are resisting the aging process, and for some reason, people find that unattractive, okay? And also that self-awareness allows you to get rejected better. Where somebody rejects you and you understand that that's just their opinion. You understand that you're just a mortal in this infinite universe and that one day you're gonna die. That's self-awareness. You understand that just because this person doesn't like you doesn't mean that you're not worthy, right? The delusion happens when somebody rejects you and you think you're not shit because they don't like you. You don't have self-awareness. You don't know who you are. Self-awareness also means that you know how to control your emotions, right? You know how to feel sadness and you know how to regulate yourself back to happiness. That requires self-awareness, because if you don't do that, well, then you start to depend on other people's validation. You start to value their opinion more than yours, and you lose self-awareness in the process, right? And the only way for you to feel better is for them to validate you. And that creates a problem. What is that? Well, you develop creepy nonverbal cues. You think you look normal, when in reality, you're giving creepy vibes, right? Right, let's go to a quick commercial break, man.
All right, guys, we're going to have a brief intermission so that I could tell you guys about our new bundle that we're doing where you guys can purchase all of my courses and get it at a discount. So this bundle is pretty much the bundle where you could just buy all of my courses. You could buy Nice Guy, which is a training course on how to come across more assertive, how to come across more confident, how to not give off nice guy vibes. You guys can get access to Dark Game, which is my full dating course on how to meet women in different scenarios, how to attract women, how to make sure you don't come across as creepy, and essentially how to act like a man and not act like a doofus, to be quite honest with you. And you get all of these bonuses, which is the bonuses of Dark Game, the bonuses of Practical Mastery, which is about how to master a skill, Social Mastery, which is how to master your social life, and the Laws of Human Nature, which is a book club videos that I had dissecting Robert Greene's book. All of this is naturally at around naturally is at $346, but you guys can purchase this bundle and get it at what's the price again? Get it at $238 pretty much. So you guys can purchase it right now. It's a money back 30-day money back guarantee. It's a good way to, rather than just buying them individually and paying extra, you guys can just purchase everything at a discount price. Now, the only thing I don't like is the fact that I'm giving you a lot of information at the same time. That makes me kind of scared because a lot of times people don't do the things that I teach when you get too much information. But I've gotten too many requests to do this, so I'm just satisfying you guys. Purchase it right now by clicking on the description down below where it says purchase the bundle. All right, let's continue with the video.
So you, in order for that to be reversed, you first become self-aware. Self-awareness comes through you feeling the sensations within the framework of the body. Just observe what's happening within the framework of your body, within inside, not what's happening in their mind, but what is happening right now. Right now you feel right now you feel your body, but you're not aware of it completely. Bring more awareness to the sensations of the body. That is self-awareness. You know how your hand feel. You notice the breath. You notice the feet. That's self-awareness, and that self-awareness will expand to your mind, to your subconscious, to who you are, to where you are relative to the universe, and it calms you down. It creates like this relaxedness. You know where you are. You don't try to step above who you are, and that draws people to you because they feel an acceptance of yourself emanating from you. The next one is that you have presence, absence, and presence. You're not there all the time, right? You know how to be there, but you know when to give people space, right? And also, you're not there. Like there's this girl that I like at this place, and I'm not there all the time, right? But she notices me, right? Right? But every time I disappear for like a week, she'll be like, "Oh my God, it's you again," right? But usually I get her biggest reaction when I travel and then come back, right? And one of the things is that what I hear all the time is that people who are absent and present, who leave and come back, they're always welcomed with excitement. They're always more attractive. They're always more attractive to most people. And the reason why is because psychologically, presence and absence is something that humans need. When you're there all the time, people get used to you, and you don't have the same effect on them. Even if you're attractive, it's almost like eating too much of the good food. If you eat too much, you have indigestion, right? So when you're too there, it's like food in your stomach that doesn't process. You got to give them space. It's almost like never falling asleep. If you never fall asleep, the memories that you create won't be consolidated and won't be ingrained in your memory bank, right? So you need to create that space in order to do that. And the reason why a lot of people struggle with this is because it's just a lack of self-awareness, honestly. Like when you struggle with creating space, it's simply because you don't know how to manage your emotions during space. Like it creates anxiety, right? And that anxiety causes you to always be there, to always need to give them their attention, to always need to get their validation. So you develop that capacity to be self-aware through the awareness of the different sensations of the body within the framework of the body. It'll give you the capacity to create space from someone that you like, because a lot of times when you like them, it's difficult. And that space causes them to think about you more, right? Causes them, their fantasies will begin to exaggerate how they perceive you, right? Their minds exaggerate how awesome you are only in your absence. It diminishes how awesome you are in your presence. So you got to cycle presence and absence. And those people who do that a lot are very addictive. Very addictive. This is honestly the most important. It's the most important principle, because if you don't, first of all, if you don't have self-awareness, you can't do this, because you just don't know you don't have the capacity to control your emotions. So that's why developing a meditation practice is so important. All right. So remember, having options, self-awareness, absence, and presence. Okay. By the way, we're having seminars in New York City and all across Europe. Go to my website and sign up to my email list. And there, you see on the description down below, just go to my website, because I'm going to be sending you guys the tickets and dates and where I'm going. So I still haven't created them, but just sign up for my email list so that you know when my dates are coming, so that you guys can come see me in real life, okay? Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this, and I'll see you guys later. Take care.